You must have heard many stories about mighty warriors. Badang is one of them. It is said that Badang can lift a cart full of firewood with just one hand. He has a great sense of justice. Full of courage, he always fights with beasts who threaten his village. One day, his peaceful village was attacked by a monster and was overcome with panic. Badang never thought about being a hero, but he fought the monster without any hesitation. In the fierce battle, Badang's arms were severely injured, but he managed to pierce the monster's eyes with his spear. The monster begged and begged, hoping Badang could let it go. He did, and cured Badang with a stream of strange energy. Badang obtained overwhelming strength, with which he chose to help others and find the truth behind the mysterious monster.
Download for free Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Combo with Alice is actually pretty huge.
It's gonna be pain on that Min set.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Zapnu on that Gushing, Jeff Cutie Forever on that Claude last pick. It might just change the landscape here. Sure, you got Min Set. Sure, you got Min Sethar,
right.
But he's not gonna be as effective if he's sub-level 4. And Gushing and Claude can just wreck you into pieces before you turn level 4.
Yep, that's the win condition here for Execration. Get rid of the Minsifar earlier on. Get him into a point where he is not durable. Do not allow kills going over to Bren Esports. I know that's kind of hard to do, but they did do it in the previous game. Why not do it again this time around? And that's the win condition here for Execration. Stop this Minsifar Alice combination from going online. Make the Minsifar as vulnerable as possible.
And the only way to do that is to be as slippery as you can. Rotate as a team. And just make sure you give Mincetar a hard time for farming or even supporting his teammates. And the only way to do that, again, is through rotations.
Rotation right off the bat. Before Mincetar can get into a point where he can lock in the immortality, lock in all of the durable items that I kind of expect him to get. And that should be the case there. That should be the win condition. I don't know if Xtcn kind of realizes this, but Mincetar, again, with an Alice, it is so explosive. Just these two heroes can set up a huge team fight for Bren Esports. So they probably want to avoid the early game fights against this team as much as they can.
And speaking of early game fights, they're gonna be able to scale really well. They can go towards the late game as well with that Claude. And Execration is really a threat here for Bren Esports. They just have to play it smart and just play it safe,
Just play it safe, that's right. Exactly, that's what I'm looking forward to as well. Because Execration, they should have this in the bag. Jeff Cutie Forever on the Claude this is what I was talking about earlier in game 1. Jeff Cutie Forever just goes around the map so well, and here we are, game 3, Bren Esports versus Execration. Loser goes to the bottom bracket, and the winner comfortably lies waiting for the next winner of the coming fight.
I might just regret this, but I'm gonna say Execration is gonna go to the next round.
Oh, that is something, man.
That's a huge statement. That is a statement because Bren Esports, sure they got Mincetar, sure they got Alice, but they're not looking as hot as they are.
So Bren Esports, this is what they've been known to do. Bring out the weird picks whenever it matters. Take the enemy by surprise And apparently, that's going to work out well for them. Right now on top lane, though, Coco going crazy. Early game fouls. It's just so much damage output, but somehow Execration able to stop some of that aggression from coming on.
Just look at that Lunox, look at that Akai. They're just supporting each other. Thousand Pounder connects on to Hayes, but meanwhile, over the bottom lane, Execration is going to be able to take that grass. That's going to be the first blood.
Come on, Bright Esports, they are using UG on the Kimmy earlier than I thought they would. They're fighting out of the bottom side of the map. Zablu trying to make a pick up on the pain. Apparently that will happen true right now. And that's kill for kill answered by XX on bottom lane though. Still pushing quite heavily. Rebo knocked up under tower and he will get taken out. Jeff Cutie Forever gets the kill.
But meanwhile, there comes a rotation here for Bren Esports, and they're just going to be forced back. That was a bit of a greedy play by Lardy. He really shouldn't have forced his way past that turret in order to try to, dwindle down the HPs there. But at least they were able to get the kill in exchange. Ties up the game. But really, Bren Esports is slightly ahead, but not as much. Execration can still turn things around. They just need to play together.
Yeah, that might have been way too late there as well for Bren Esports, but looking like I think Bren Esports also has a sort of late game team fight coming in mind. 4-man top there. Shimpo into 4 people. Apparently that's not a good idea if you're just 2 people there. Yuji does not have the AoE damage that is needed to take out someone like that, a composition like that.
That was a bad play.
That was a bad decision. There you go.
That's a bad decision.
Yeah.
But it happens to the best of us. Maybe he just thought there was just 2 people there. He could take him on. Eternal is going to be taken by Execration. No contestant here at all. Bren Esports significantly going to go towards their favor. And I think Bren Esports is just going to focus on the top lane. Yep. Just start pushing.
And that is the use of this Kimmy pick. Knock off the towers as soon as you can. Again, turret gold is so essential here for Bren Esports. If they cannot get kill gold, they need the turret gold at least. They have the tools to do that, which is the Kimmy.
And the reply here for Execration, they got Zapno on that Gushin, Jeff Cutie Forever on that Claude. They will be able to be a problem as soon as we reach the late game stage. That's a caveat here in their strategy. They need to try to delay Bren Esports' aggression in terms of turret takes and just drag the game as long as possible for both of them to go online, because Lord, Met, and Dian, they're just going to synergize well with Zapnu and Jeff Cutie Forever.
Yeah, and Jeff Cutie Forever is, again, the tilt factor here for Execration. He needs to get those gold into his pockets. He doesn't need to join the team fight just yet. And he just needs to make sure that he can do the farming that he needs to help Execration later on. Because right now, Execration, they can hold themselves in the team fight.
Oh, there goes the Townsend Pounder on the DN. That's going to catch Coco. But just in time, Lord doesn't have the Divine Judgment, though. Zapnu is going to fall down by the hands of Yuji, but that's going to be a 1-for-1 trade here over in the mid lane. And Jeff Cutie Forever is going to fall down. The main damage dealers for Execration are not going to be there to help them out. But Hayes, though, and Yuji will be able to get a triple kill.
Follow up! Oh my god! Somebody stop Yuji right now!
For the quad kill! No, that's not gonna happen. Buckbed!
Oh, the maniac! Give me the damage!
The savage!
What a savage kill! The savage rocket right there! Oh my god! Let's go, Yuji! The first savage of the Mobile Legends Bang Bang Professional League Season 2 playoff.
And the crowd is just going wild, just chanting Yuji left and right. I'm speechless.
And that was a Kimmy. It's another kill over the Bren Esports. What is happening right now? Execration losing control of this game in this stage of the game. 5 minutes in.
At the snap of a finger, the team.
Boom, look at that.
Look at that gold experience, that gold difference, I mean. Man, I said Execration's going to be able to force this, but with the way that UG just played Kimmy,
he's called the Mage Dad for a reason. And we are seeing that right now. Bren Esports, they are ahead by 5, almost 4.5k gold. They do have the turtle onto the Kimmy. Kimmy with the turtle buff is just such a huge threat. I want to study that earlier myself as well. Because right now the Kimmy is going to do percent damage with every hit of that gun.
And that gun is going to be the death of Execration. They need to find a way to stop this, and I feel like the only way for them to stop the gun from killing a lot of damage is for them to go online and to just pick off Kimmy if they can.
Yeah, and again, Kimmy is so hard to dive in this composition. We got Hayes protecting him. Easy way of the Dragons for anyone who tries to go near. We also got Coco, who is such a huge damage threat on the Famous. You cannot get near this guy at all. So everything that Bren crafted in this composition basically signals that they want to protect Yuji.
And Yuji is dealing a lot of damage here. And the top lane, Lord is going to get caught off there. Oh,
That's
Lord.
it. This is it. That's it.
No divine judgments available to pick off anybody at all. This is going to be game.
This is going to be such a fast push for Bren Esports. I cannot find a way for Execration here unless they can make a huge pick-off using the cushion here, as well as this Claude who is getting boxed in on the bottom side of the map right now.
He won't have any escapes.
Yeah, no escape at all. He's just opting to hide off and wait for the threat to pass, while the rest of Bren Esports looking like they want to go for the turtle this time around, which I think they really do need. They need to get this turtle if they want to get the gold in their favor, but it looks like Bren Esports not going to allow any answer for that to happen.
Expiration is desperately trying to shove the lanes in order for them to have a comfortable game here on their hands, but Bren Esports just way deep inside the jungle of Execration. Won't be able to answer for this call, for this push here over the bottom lane.
Yep, in the bottom lane, we'll get taken out really easily here by Bren Esports. Do not forget, they have the turtle buff right now. They have a huge advantage in the coming team fight. Good damage here from Pakbet. Good damage here from that Jeff G Forever, but it looks like will be just cashed in the face here by Bren Esports. They're using their ultimate citrus to try to escape right now, man.
And that is going to be a utility, a resource that they really cannot just expend just like that. Wise usage of resources here might just turn the tides, but it's a long shot at this point, especially with UG 6-0-2. 6,000 gold in his pockets.
Yep, and Blade of Despair completed with the chilling effect. Of course, will allow for non-stop a fight to happen. Of course, Bren, they are not. Where are you going, Lord? You're not going anywhere. Godlike already for Yuji. He takes out Hayes though. So the end, they'll be able to answer for something. But Yuji is just doing so much damage. Jeff Cutie Forever is already taken out. He is legendary right now. And Yuji is not stopping at all. The rest of Bren just there to try to box him in, make sure he does not die. And so far, they are succeeding in that aspect.
And they're trying to get this middle lane. Execration's doing everything they can even to just defend this push that is inevitable. Bren Esports will just opt to go for the Lord maybe and then just end the game right then and there.
Yep, again, Bren Esports, they have all the tools to do that this time around. They're just biding their time. They're playing the smart, calculated macro play around the Lord. They know Execration will not even try to go near that. So this is something that they can use to their advantage, and they're doing that right now.
And they're really making use of it the best that they can. They are already reaching the late game point of the game, and Execration still hasn't found an answer here onto UG. Really, if they stuck together as a team and just tried to pick off anybody left and right, that would have just been the difference. And Zapnu is going to be taken out. That's a pick off that Execration cannot afford to give, and it's starting to really look like the end for Execration in the upper bracket.
Yeah, because if you are in King's Calling, there is no way that you can use dash skills out. That stops heroes like Cushion on Zapnu to make sure he just goes down without a fight.
And without a fight is going to be happening here. Oh, there goes a pull onto Coco there. That might be the silver lining they need, but he managed to escape. Death Kitty Forever is going to get away with the dragon out of range. Hey, it's going to go down. Turret is going to be targeted as well.
There you go. Zapnu cannot dash out of there, and Kimmy is just going on his face non-stop. That is the power of this Bren composition. They're going in. Last fight of this match. Most likely the end. That's Powder. He will not be able to make anything happen. Right now, Execration, 2-man remaining, defending the base, and I think this is it.
This might be it's just going to be Lord and himself. Pakbet, though, is still alive, but this Yuji is really a problem here. And that is going to be at the end
that's gonna be 2-1 in favor of Bren Esports and Muse.
The lack of the grok makes it hard for Xtcn to actually make a huge early game power pick. Check out the Mincetar ban and the Kimmy ban here. What meta are we playing in? This leaves Harif open for Xtcn. We have seen this before. Bren baited us out against Signal Ultra, and they are doing it again on Xtcn. Harif for the first pick.
Man, they're hovering over Harith as well. I think they're thinking, hey, is Bren baiting us into something? Because for some reason, Bren Esports went on and banned Kimmy. I think they're afraid of Kimmy at this point, and they really don't want to give that early game advantage. This Harith, though, is going to be locked in by Xtcn in the playoffs.
Let's do it. Xtcn, they know Bren is probably baiting them out. But wow, they just go ahead and went for it. What kind of confidence do you have to pick up? You, my God, let's go. Yelly Haze again on the show. What more could you ask for? This is a huge mistake.
This is a huge mistake, but there is a thing where Rebo sometimes goes for the Cho. So whoever picks up the Cho, regardless, will be putting up a show here because Kaya is at their side.
I'm pretty sure, and again, look at this. Already. Oh my God, Kaya on Pain. You saw what it did earlier. It looked passive, but all it was doing was protecting Coco all around the map. And I think that worked so well for Bren. And right now, the answer for Xtcn is, I think they're listening, go for the Hellcurt. I think Hellcurt is a huge power pick here. For Zapnu, they lock it in, as well as the Minotaur. What is going to be the answer for Bren? I think that is going to be what we're going to looking for next, because this pick right here signals that Xtcn, they want to go for the big team fight, where we could have Dark Knight Falls cover up when this Minotaur goes into the fight, as well as the Harith. It could provide them with a great team fight.
Man, I think Xtcn has something up their sleeves regarding this Minotaur. It completely negates that Cho Akai combo. And they know that that's coming. Wise choice to go for the counter pick, but that Claude is still going to be a problem for Xtcn. Wow, will they respond to that?
Yeah, I think the Minotaur, Xtcn is going to start to rely on this Minotaur pick to cancel out the Hurricane Dance from this Akai, to cancel out Rebo on the Blazing Duet. So, what is this? Come on. You cannot be serious. That is, I feel that does make so much sense. That greatly counters Way of the Dragon, removes the Divine Judgment, as well as saves anyone pinned down by the Hurricane Dance. So the shielding also helps whenever we see Rebo go crazy on the Claude. So something we're gonna have to look forward to here. How well can they actually play with this Diggy?
Man, they're hovering over it.
Oh, I don't think so. Come on, don't taunt us like that, man. I know Bren is not gonna do that, but Kadita, I was expecting that. If they do this, that is gonna be a huge threat for Xtcn. But they go for the normal pick here, which is gonna be the safe one, the Kagura.
Yeah, just go for Kagura and just play it safe. Rebo is gonna be on that show. Hayes is gonna be on the Akai. The tables have turned here in terms of the roles here. Jeff Cutie Forever is going to be on that Hellcurt. Zapnu on that Leomord once again.
And man, I really like the Xtcn. They're really sticking to what they practiced here. Jeff Cutie Forever going to be going for the Hellcurt this time around. So I'm a bit curious how well can Jeff Cutie Forever actually do with the role of a Hellcurt, because this cannot go on the full split push. You know that the Leomord is the one that needs all the gold in order to roll out later on into the fight. So this is a bit of a question mark here for me for Xtcn.
Man, I mean, we've seen Jeff Cutie Forever on that Hellcurt. Sometimes he goes for the split push, but he, just like Zapnu, instead goes for the team fight centric Hellcurt. Always going to be there to make sure that his stingers is stinging everybody left and right.
Yeah, but I really love this Leomord pick, man. I think the Leomord pick is really big. Go Leomord, yeah.
Yeah,
we're going.
Phantom Steed.
Let's go Phantom Steed all the way out into the fights. But I really feel like Jeff Cutie Forever should be the one playing this, Because Zapnu does so well on the mid lane control Hellcurt that we've seen him do the super roaming Hellcurt. I've seen this in the regular season. I don't know why they're not picking it up, but you know what? I think Xtcn has a sneaky plan in mind here. They're not trying to go for the big, the usual regular season plays. They want to go for a surprise fight here for Red Esports.
Well, what is going to be the case here? Because Dian, I think I know why they're planning Grok, because Dian has been the best there in this situation in terms of picking Grok, and that Minotaur might have something about it. And we are going to be in game number 2 between Bren Esports and Xtcn. Bren Esports, of course, on match point 1 and 0.
Yeah, and again, Bren Esports looking a lot better on the draft. I really like what they did here with the draft. Nothing too crazy, just stuff that they've been doing over and over again. I don't know if that's basically taunting Xtcn. Hey, you have a Harris, right? Why don't you show us what you can do about it? But again, we are into the Mobile Legends Bang Bang Professional League Season 2 playoff, road to the Nationals. And so far, I really like that Bren Esports is looking ahead here. I mean, I know I said I wanted game 3, but Bren Esports, I want to see them play. Because I really want to see them play this Cho. Because Yelly Hayes, like you said, has been very adamant about not wanting to pick Cho anymore. Just because of how many times he's been playing it.
And how many times Cho has been banned outright from MCUs. And, we'll see if Rebo is going to be the replacement Hayes.
I know. Because at the same time, this Cho is going to be a huge priority pick for the whole tournament. You can expect it to be either banned out or picked, but right now, Xtcn looks like they are trying to get some kills under their pockets. Of course, Deadly Point is certain to be missed. Teleport to the face is the statement here for Bren Esports. I really like it. This is signature Bren Esports. Go for the big, what do you call this? Taunt plays.
Big taunts,
each and every time.
They're going for the big flexes.
Going for the muscle flex each and every time around. We've seen it right in the first season. Apparently, they're going to keep doing it in this one. Yeah. They did it in the finals as well, right? I really remember that.
I remember that. That was outright getting into your head type of gameplay. And I think that is part of their master plan. Psychological warfare is also the warfare here in the land of Dawn.
Yeah, don't forget, you are in a crowd of thousands of
Oh my
God!
Lord is going to get caught off guard there. And I think that Hurricane Dance is going to be connected onto Pakbet. No fall throughs here by Bren Esports just yet. Yuji and Hayes is going to fall down. He's going to be the first blood in the game.
And again, looks like Bren Esports giving it the first blood once more. A bit of a weird pick, weird decision there for Bren Esports to go for the early rotation when they knew that they were not even level 4 at that point. Giving up a kill over. Again, Xtcn looks like they're going to have turtle control in this first half of the game.
But I think they're trying to go for the steal. Kagura, but they are going to pay the price. Kagura is going to fall down. Coco will not be able to escape this. That's going to be 2 successive kills after the turtle seal.
Here we go. 2 kills going over to Xtcn. Turtle, of course, going to be going over to Bren Esports. The Mage Dad, really slick on the steals. And, of course, another tower going over to Xtcn is going to be pretty big. The end basically gave his life for that.
No Minotaur Fury is going to be triggered there, and Dian is going to be knocked up for days. He's going to be forced to back off. There goes some Minotaur Fury, I think.
Oh,
Actually turns things around, gets Dian, and that's a 1-for-1 trade in that engagement. Revo dangerously low though, and he has to fall back.
Xtcn though, looking a lot better in that team fight. If not, we're not actually done yet. Yuji gonna get chased down by Zapnu. Lard with Zapnu going hard on the Yuji, dedicating so much time and resources trying to get the kill onto the Mage Dad, and apparently it's not gonna result in anything.
I think they overcommitted to that. They could have just disengaged, shoved out the mid lane in order for them to add pressure towards the mid tower.
Yeah, I really like that Bren Esports went for the mid tower instead, trying to answer while Xtcn was all backing to the base. That was a huge gold swing that they actually needed. Top lane will be answered as well. Rebo tries to go for the damage. Apparently, Jeff Beauty Forever cannot hit deadly poison stingers in this game.
That was really, really flick for Rebo to shunpo out of there, out of range from the Stingers. You really don't see that as often when you play normal Mobile Legends on your own. It really has to be here in the MPL where you see those high-level plays.
High-level plays is exactly what Xtcn is trying to do. Apparently, that's missing a lot more than hitting. But you know what? It's very early on in the game. We're only 5 minutes in to an almost 1K golding. It looks like he's going to be locking in out to where is the backup here for Xtcn. Coco with the blazing duet goes there. He dashes out as well. But apparently, Coco can dash out like a god. Not going to be no dashing out when you go against Amino and Fury.
Xtcn is putting up a show here. They're fighting back. This is completely different from what happened during game number 1. Dark Knight Falls is going to be committed. Silence, UG, and Rebo. Just Beauty Forever is taking a lot of damage. And there you go. Xtcn is coming in. Rebo dangerously low, but he manages to escape.
No more Stingers. I will hit you with my claws. And apparently Xtcn, they're doing a lot better this time around because of that. And now they have a huge gold swing control. Pain could be facing off 1v1 against Zapnu. No backup available yet. Again, the rest of Xtcn looks like they are trying to get the map in place for another turtle fight.
Yeah, they need to start shoving up the top lane. They need to start taking the middle lane as well in order for them to have some sort of advantage here in the top lane. That's the only way that they can fight off here.
Again, Xtcn looking like a lot better at the later stage of the game. Again, they are not giving early game at all to Bren Esports. No chance whatsoever. I really like that they're doing that. And right now, looks like it's going to be another turtle hemp here for Xtcn. Can this be read by Bren Esports? I don't think so. Hayes is solo right now. Coco is way out of arm's reach. And turtle will go over to Pakpet.
That is the second turtle of the game. That's one turtle apiece for Bren and Xtcn. And this middle turret is going to be taken after the facts. They're going to start pushing it.
Yeah, I think the biggest advantage that Xtcn got from that is that the Harith got the turtle buff. That gives an additional attack and hold that thought though. Jeff Cutie forward, trying to hunt down Coco. Just that takes out Coco. He one fell swoop. A beautiful placement there. And finally, Jeff Cutie forever made up for those mixed stingers earlier.
Jeff Cutie forever. Starting to hurt a lot. It's starting to sting. No pun intended.
There you go. I was actually waiting for that. Right now, though, Xtcn is in the lead, 2,000 gold ahead, and looks like they are having, and Bren Esports having a harder time answering the plays here. Zapnu also getting great free time on this leaderboard, and so far, looking like they're gonna go for another bottom push here. UG, he is in position. Pain is pretty much almost gonna be making it, but because without any minions to back him up. Bren Esports gonna concede a turret, adding the gold lead over to almost 4,000 for Xtcn.
That is a lot of money in favor of Xtcn. They will be having all their core items almost on check 3 or 4 core items even. And Bren Esports is just trying to look for any opportunities to shove out the lane and for Coco to start farming up. We are reaching the late game stage. Coco might just be able to be the dent in the armor that Xtcn has.
Yeah, I really feel like Coco has he's been so mechanically gifted all throughout the season, and he is flexing in this game as well. He is the shining ray of hope here for Bren Esports. Can we get Coco in a better position? Because right now, he is 0-3-0. He is not getting as much gold as we thought he would be getting, considering Bren Esports, all their damage basically relies on either Rebo or Coco, or a perfectly timed Yin-Yang overturn for Yuji.
No, we haven't seen a perfect Yin-Yang overturn just yet. Xtcn is just doing real well zoning them out. The Lord is going to be the objective here, and he's going to do a good job, Dean, and just fending off Hayes for now. That Hurricane Dance is going to be a huge factor. Dark Knight Falls is going to be committed in order for them to secure the Lord, and they're going to be on the offensive here.
Here we go. Of course, Hayes going to have the Hurricane Dance on out of there, but this time around, Xtcn will have a huge advantage. They will have the Lord that will go on the bottom side of the map, that will probably allow Zapnu some farming time, as well as some protection, if he decides to go for the push on the bottom.
And speaking of which, while the Lord is pushing at the bottom lane, Jeff Cutie Forever is hiding in the brush on the top lane. in order for them to assume, as Bren Esports rotates towards the bottom side, go for the top turret. Smart objective taking here.
Yeah, and very smart objective taking is exactly what they need to do. Right now, though, looks like Bren Esports is still just turtling up as much as they can.
And you know what? It's very, what do you call this? Justified right now. Because Lord is not going to be knocking on the bottom side of the map. All lanes, they're pushing up. Look at top lane right now. They have that Helker pushing non-stop against the tower while this Lord is marching. And looks like Bren Esports going to be dedicating 4 members instead to defend the bottom side of the map, while everything else, everywhere else is just going down.
Yeah, mid lane is going to be taking this home, but you know what? Who the better to go for an all-out defense here than Bren Esports? They can come back from this. They have the win condition, but the only thing is, are they online? Oh, we almost saw an engagement there.
Pain with the flicker and no target available though. 5-man strong on top lane. Execution, they look like there is no chink in their armor right now. They picked out an inhibitor on the top lane without any worries from Brent. It looks like they are now going to be trying to
Defend here in the mid lane. Again, top lane will be spawning super minions this time around.
Super minions are going to be spawning on the top lane, just like what she said. And they're going to try to look for more super minions in every lane here, as Xtcn is shoving out the mid lane here next.
Yep, 6,000 gold lead already for Execution, and inhibitor turrets already knocked up on top lane, and looks like itemization looking a lot better for the blue-sided team as well. Fleeting time locked in for Harith, for both Harith and Dicky. Going to be allowing them to basically go for the fights non-stop at this point.
And non-stop fights is just what Execution needs here. They can survive any short skirmishes or prolonged engagement. Hayes looking really bad. The Dark Knight Ball has been committed. That's going to be Hayes. Now Coco is up next. That's a double kill for Dicky.
That's a double kill for the Dicky. Basically, kills going over to Execution this time around. 9-2 on the kill score. And I don't think they can defend this anymore. At this point, it will be a very one-sided fight. 5v3. Coco gonna get damage also. 5% HP. No way they can stop that tower from going down. And I think that will be all the minions that they need to close this out.
It's still possible for my grapplings, but no, they're focusing on the base instead.
Yeah,
and that is
overturn for
gonna
Yuji.
be it.
That's gonna be
Actually prevented the D and
Yes! Oh, there you go.
That
That was close. That was close.
And Execution opting to pick up Harley, though. What do you think about that?
That's a great counter to the early game threat that apparently Bren Esports is showing right here for us. Because earlier I thought Bren was going to go for the late game because of the ban on the Brock. But apparently they are the ones who want to take this earlier on. Picking up the Helkers, fast response around the map. Same with the Claws. Early level 4 kills is a really big threat here for this squad. Add that on with basically free support with Yuji on the Kagura. That's just kill threats all around the map for this team.
Execution, they do have some sort of kill threat as well. Zapdo's going to be picking up with the Leo more. Jeff Beauty Forever on that Kimmy can deal a lot of damage as well. Supported by the Minoan Fury, supported by the Hurricane Dance, they might just be able to catch Bren Esports with their pants down here.
Yeah, and again, Execution looks like they're the huge team fighting team that we already kind of expected from Bren. Execution is usually the team that wants to play early game. The roles have been switched up in this matchup.
And right now it's going to be the matchup between an immovable force and an unstoppable object. Who is going to win here? Execution versus Bren Esports?
That's a big question, man. And we are going to be going into the game 1 for the Mobile Legends Bang Bang Professional League Season 2 playoffs. Again, a big thank you to our elite sponsors, Ayala Malls, and our legendary sponsor, Smart. All of this presented by Moonsoon.
What do you think is going to be the scoreline here, though? That's a question.
Scoreline here, I am already expecting... I don't want to give any predictions here, but I'm expecting a 2-1 for Bren Esports. At least. A minimum of 2-1 for Bren Esports, but let's go into the match. First game of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Bren Esports versus Execution.
Immediately, we're seeing Execution just teaming up together and making sure that nobody gets picked off earlier on in the game in order to give Bren Esports an advantage here.
Yeah, and again, Bren Esports is playing a lot safer than I thought they would. Apparently, the late game Claude is what they want to focus on here. Early rotations on the turtle area is what the play here for Bren Esports is going to be.
Man, Claw here needs to really keep going for the jungle, get the camps as much as possible, farm up in order for him to start being a threat, because with the added bonus of Hellcrit just being present in the map, they can just pressure all the lanes all at the same time, but immediately here...
Yep, again, the turtle is going to be the one, the crab rather, going to be the one to be prioritized here by Bren Esports. They always want to play over that gold advantage. That's been their trademark ever since the first season. They're not slowing that down at any point here in the first match of the game.
Of course, you have to secure the gold in order for you to get item, but immediately, the first blood by Pakbet there, that just changes the landscape here real quick.
Yeah, even the cameraman didn't actually expect that to happen. Neither did I. A bit of a slip up here for Yuji in the mid lane. A lot of this is going to be a huge threat later on. This Alice is going to be very essential. It is central to Diane, to Lard. All their ultimates will have to be compounded with the ultimate from this Alice in order to be effective. And Pakbet looks like he's playing very, very aggressive. They want to secure this turtle early on, and they are in a very good position to do so.
They really are. Zapdos caught in a bad spot here.
Whoa, that's a lot of damage.
Almost gets taken out there, but the majority of Bren Esports here are already on level 4. They can go for a fight.
Yep, Bren Esports looking like they're being pinned up against the wall on all sides of the map. This Kimmy pick is just paying off dividends here for Execration.
Yeah, Coco has no response over to the top lane right now. We are going to see a turtle take here with Bren Esports contesting this from Execration. Slowly but surely, they're trying to figure out how to take this. They're just dwindling down the HP of the turtle here. In the middle of blast being charged up, connected.
Oh!
And Destiny Forever, and he's going to go down. Yuji gets the first kill in that engagement. Lord is trying to zone them out. He does have the Minnow Fury, not just pop just yet, and Bren Esports is going to be forced to fall back.
Of course, Bren Esports is still going to go back for the counter engage. Coco is in great position to free it. Coco gets one. Can he get more? He goes back in, and Zabdu is actually in the wings. He's trying to get his hands in the Rebo. Can he do it? I don't think so. He's on the tower. He gets it. Oh my God, that's a beautiful gameplay there for Execration. But their HP bars are actually getting whittled down very, very quickly.
That was a good engagement by Bren Esports, but Execration just managed to do well. Instead of just giving up their lives, they just decided to delay as much as possible, go back, and just try to pick off somebody. That's what Zapling did, and then tied up the scoreline. Nobody in a significant lead at this point.
Yeah, and that's an Execration trademark. Go for the very risky play just to get some amount of gold into your pockets. And they paid off dividends for them in that team fight, barely keeping up with the gold though for Bren Esports.
We're going to have to figure out who's going to be getting the turtle first, because with the latest adjustment with having 3 turtles in the game, that might just change the tide of battles here. Teams are going to have to focus on objectives here, but speaking of objectives, top lane looks like it's going to be contested by Execration. Instead, it's going to be the turtles.
Yep, a lot more priority here being given by Execration though. Hayes is still in the wings waiting for a huge moment to go for the Newman Blast, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. He gets locked out against the wall.
And Rebo is down from the count. Minoan Fury gets connected onto Yuji and Pain, and they are going to have to fall back here. Meanwhile, the bottom lane, Zapdu going for Coco. Nice duke there by Coco. He's going left and right. I don't know what's going on with this man.
He's playing around in the bottom lane against Zapdu. The rest of Execration, though, they're trying to go for the backup. Diane just way too late to the party. 4 members being allotted by Bren Esports, while the top lane though gets pushed out.
Look at that micro outplay by Coco. It was really just there.
That was beautiful.
Had no answers whatsoever. That was just masterful, but meanwhile, that's already a top turret going down.
Yeah, that's the power of the Kimmy pick. Early taking down of the turrets is just so easy for the team that has the Kimmy. And that's the reason why this is gonna get picked a lot more in this tournament. That's what I predict at least.
Yeah, this is already going to be a very interesting tournament. A lot more open-ended choices. Nobody is going to just go for the meta. Everybody needs to go for the off-meta picks in order for them to have the upper hand.
Again, Kimmy is one of those big off-meta picks that we have to watch out for, and that is showing. Execration is showing why that is going to be the case here. So much damage output, especially if you can protect it for a long period of time, which is exactly what Execration is doing right now.
Kimmy really does start to hurt. I don't know if Claude would be able to keep up with the scaling that Kimmy has in this game alone, but we'll find out as time goes by. We are already in the mid-game stage of the game. Bottom turn is going to fall down here by Execration, and I think there's going to be a retaliation. Down a pounder onto Payne. That Hurricane Dance is going to connect to him. Dark Knight Fallen is going to be connected. Payne is going to go down. Middle's going to take a Domino Blasto.
That's a huge no-middle blast with a follow-up on the Yin-Yang overturn. Is going to be way too late, though. Revo, though, he's wreaking havoc right now on the front line of Execration at the end. He's going to be victim to Hayes. And Yuji is here for the follow-up on the Lord. Here's Jeff Gibbs forever, though. He's trying to go in for a little bit of backup. It's going to be enough to stop Bren Esports on their track. But that gold lead right now for Execration, I did not expect this.
That's 1,000 gold lead that we did not expect happening at all. We've never seen that happen during the regular season, and this is the first time I think we are seeing an engagement here.
Oh my God, Jeff Fury, he gets taken out right off the bat. And again, you know what, Fury gonna be stopped right there by Bren Esports. It is time to go on macro mode. Bren Esports prioritizing the turtle, getting that buff, adds up so much damage to the attacks. And of course, that will be stopped right here by Hayes, though. They get read by like a book. Secured will be going over to Bren Esports.
And Dian is actually forced to use a Hurricane Dance. That is going to be at the cost of their turret. Sure, they do get one out of that engagement, but they're losing this engagement over the middle lane. Ben is just going to get erased.
What was that? That was such a weird placement for this Alice in that stage of the game where he cannot really get out. And Payne is on the Kaya. He is controlling the tempo of this game right now. And Coco getting so much free farm on the bottom side of the map as well. Execration is not in any position to answer this.
We're seeing a huge rotation from Execration, though. They're going to try to defend this. Kaya, I haven't seen good Divine Judgment just yet. Phantom Seed is going to be called here. And I think they're just going to distract them from pushing any further.
Yep, again, here is the signature Bren Esports. Where do they get this goal around the map? They are getting pushed back over and over again, but they still manage to get a lead. That is just out of pure rotation. Apparently, they are showing that off right here as well.
And that is how they work. Bren Esports focuses more on the rotations in order for them to get the objectives, get kills, and get objectives. And that is really a trademark that other teams should start incorporating into their playstyle.
Yeah, they've been given a whole season. They've been given the whole of Season 1 as well to study that up. Apparently, Bren Esports is still the master of the craft, no matter how much the other teams try to emulate it. It is just from the masters themselves that they are able to execute it as beautifully as this.
It's paying off for them immediately. Things are looking really bleak here for Execration. Sure, they got a turn advantage, but is it really counting towards the window? It doesn't look like it.
That's the point right now. They picked the Kimmy because they wanted to get the early game advantage. And where is it right now? This Kimmy is starting to look a lot more softer as this game is progressing. Because as they are starting to get a lot more sturdier, they can withstand the Kimmy Blast. They can dive onto him a lot easier. I think that's a power of the composition right here. And I think that's something that we're gonna have to watch out for, because Bren Esports, they look like they're gonna start their steamrolling session.
I think that is gonna happen. We might see a road roller here. You know, let's compare these two marksmen here. We got Claude, we got Kimmy. Claude is scaling really better at, as soon as we reach the late game stage.
Yeah.
We're already at a late game stage, and they're starting to not have any answers at all when he comes in.
Yeah, because I think Coco showed us earlier just why Claude is so much better in the late game compared to Kimmy in terms of being a marksman, because of the mobility, because of how well he can reposition himself when he's put in a very bad spot in a team fight. And I think that is just the innate advantage of having Claude in your composition.
Yeah, and the only real answer that they have for the slipperiness that Claude is, they just have to rely on the Minoan Fury by Lard. They just have to rely on the Hurricane Dance, and they do need those for big team fights. They can't focus those just on Coco alone.
Yeah, and again, Coco is going to be such a huge tool here for Bren Esports later on. I think that's the #1 priority here for Payne. For the meantime, though, the end. Is he gonna get kicked off? Coco gonna try to dodge it out. He's gonna hold in the face of Execration instead. What dodge are you talking about? He's going hard on the Zabdu. He gets taken out. Rebo is on the killing spree. Hayes is just blocking everything that Jeff Cutie Forever can throw out. And Bren Esports is looking so on form right now.
And right now, they're going to be converting it into a Lord take, and it's really, really bleak for Execration here. That was a bad engagement. It was nice to go for the Minoan Fury, but there were no follow-ups from Pakbet or Jeff Cutie Forever at all.
That's exactly what I was looking for earlier. I mean, Coco was so exposed in that bottom, in that very tight corridor. So I was a bit waiting for Execration to pull the trigger on that. Maybe a bit of hesitation cost them so much gold in that exchange.
And right now, they're already knocking at the doors of Execration here. The tier 2 turrets are going to go down. Look at the experience difference there.
That is huge. That is a huge swing. Like, once Bren had the advantage.
Zephyr, though, has Rebo, but that Dark Knight Falls is going to be triggered. Rebo goes for the blink and manages to escape. And wow, that's just really masterful.
That is, again, masterful use of the health current. And again, shown to us by Rebo. Zabnu gonna get taken out right off the bat, just like that. Picked off in no man's land. And I think that is a huge mistake here. Again, Zabnu trying to overextend when the rest of his team is just safely snuggled inside the base. And this is looking like the end here for Execration. They're getting boxed in all throughout their base, and it's going to be very difficult for them to find a way out.
Man, Lard just needs to make sure that his Minoan Fury connects to a lot of people and make sure that the rest of his team is going to follow through with it. That's the only way that it can come back here. Possibly go for a split push, try to distract Bren Esports from pushing in. But that is realistically the only way Execration can do this.
Exactly. In Execration, they're waiting for that window. They're looking for that window. It is starting to look lower, smaller and smaller. Coco in the middle of the fight. He is so brave right now. Fighting off. Turret goes down the mid lane as well. Zabdu is taken out. KB is the last remaining hope. Jeff Cutie Forever. He's trying to push off the minions as best as he can. But Rebo, he has the plans.
Forever, Lord. Pakbet is going to be taken off guard here, and they're expending all they can, and they're actually able to defend this as much as they can, but they don't have enough firepower here. DN diving into 4 people, that is not a wise decision there. Resurrect being popped there onto Pain. Execration will be almost wiped there. Lord just doing what he can to defend this. For now, he defended the aggression, but as soon as the minions pour in, it's going to be game over.
Yeah, 13 minutes in, all of the inhibitor turrets are already destroyed. Yuji's on the mega kill. Coco again in the middle of the fight. He is unstoppable in this one. And Zabnu, he's trying to make something happen for his team. Okay, that's not going to happen anytime soon. Game 1 goes over to Bren Esports.
And that was masterful. I mean, looking at how the gameplay went, Execration had the upper hand, but as soon as they slipped up over